Before we get started, I'd like to briefly explain my 7 energy point chakra spread. The cards on the left are the unconscious inner self. The card in the center is the heart. And the 3 cards on the right are the conscious foreself. The card on the bottom left is the base of your spine. It's a combination of many things, from past lives to tragic or cherished childhood memories up to the present. We're always culling and bringing new things into our lives and evolving. That's why I'm calling it sourcings and urgings instead of foundation. The second card up is your pelvic or sacrum. And this is awakening or arousing. This is where your spiritual awakening is, and growth of all kinds, and includes your sexual prowess. This can be a cosmic life breath. The cosmos has natural laws that live in harmony, but we don't always live in harmony with them. The top left-hand card is the solar plexus, or what I consider sensing and feeling. This is where you get those gut feelings about something when they're right or wrong. This is also a universal life force, contrary to a cosmic life breath. This is where chaos ensues in our lives. The center card is the heart of the matter, or the situation. We're always asking questions. Why did this happen, and what's going to happen next? The heart of the matter must connect with the unconscious and the conscious, so we can leave our shadow self in the dust. Another Jungian reality here. And maybe have more of an understanding of what's happening in our lives. The card on the bottom right is the throat, or what I consider communicating and teachings. It has to do with how we accept the rules of society and how we live our life. Are you living a conservative, orthodox life, or more of a new wave, do what you want kind of life? The second card up is the third eye, or seeing or envisioning. It's more of bringing things from a linear to a 3-dimensional perspective. The third eye is our pineal gland in the center of our brain that's activated by light. So this can also be considered enlightenment. The card on the top right is the crown, our knowing and understanding. You can have a lot of knowledge, but if you cannot apply this knowledge wisely, it's not wisdom. In the past, I used to pull a hidden Rider-Waite card as I was doing the readings, but for logistic reasons, I'm going to be pulling all of the cards at once, and then putting these clarification cards alongside each of the main cards as I'm telling the story of the reading. The subtitles will direct you through this so you don't lose track of what's going on and where I'm at and what card I'm reading. And then on the left, I'll be putting a past card, and on the right, I'll be putting a future card, and on with the readings. Hi there, Scorpio. I think you noticed that I'm preempting my messages of the angel card reading for an associated rune reading with the tarot spread. I'm just branching out and exploring with new things, and I've had these runes for just years. And they're quite small, so I put them on the back of a miniature Rider-Waite card so you can see it. And after the tarot spread, I'll be doing a rune reading. I'm also considering, instead of the mid-month reading, to start doing a love reading. And if anybody has any comments about what they would like to see on the love reading, I'm certainly open to suggestions. And while you're listening to my tarot reading, think of a yes and no question, because I'm playing a little game with an 8-ball type thing, and at the end of it as well, I'll be giving you an answer to a yes or no question. I know everybody had somewhat of a difficult time, or are having a difficult time getting through April, and things definitely are going to look up. I think by now, May, things are looking quite a bit better, but also the planets are in harmony now. Everybody's kind of talking to each other, but the emphasis is on air and fire. And air combusts fire, so it is a harmonious relationship. And let's go on with your reading, because As I'd mentioned, things are looking up for Scorpios. And once again, they are here in this May reading. Because the first card right off the bat for the base of your spine is the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. Something is making me say curiosity killed the cat. But everybody forgets the second line to this is that satisfaction brought him back. And this Wish card is about happiness and satisfaction. You've achieved some prizes from your hard work. It's kind of like, you're all dressed up now and you actually have places to go and things to do and people to see. And this card could also indicate that you are going to maybe some social events, stepping out of your comfort zone and starting to mingle with people. And maybe now that you've settled down with some peace of mind, inner peace of mind, maybe you're looking for some type of love interest or some more deeper emotional bonds, because way up on the top right you have the Lovers card, and I think all of this is related. Now this is an auspicious time to step out because you're feeling good about yourself. And life is for the living, and it's time for you to start living it up a little bit. And the clarification card is the Six of Cups, the memory card, the card of childhood memories. It must mean something positive is coming from your past. In the month of April, this card showed up over and over again, and people were carrying around old baggage, old emotional baggage, to the point where I thought people needed a claim check just to leave the house. But here I'm seeing the Six of Cups showing up now in May, and it's more like it's a positive thing. You're making a good thing out of something that was bad. Maybe it wasn't even really bad, but your perspective about it was bad. It was shadowed by something, and now that you've made peace, you think, well, maybe this isn't all so bad. Maybe it was just me and not everybody else, and maybe now other people around you is coming to terms with things that happened to you jointly. You can't walk around in life and not bury the hatchet. And you shouldn't be walking around with rose-colored glasses either. See it for what it is and move on. And now in the pelvic and the solar plexus for your awakening and arousing, receive the World card. There you are, you're at a completion point. You've gone through the gauntlet of all of the ups and downs of the major arcana cards to come to an end point. You're at the end of a cycle. You've earned, you've learned, and you've changed. And you really got your wings. It's time to move on to new challenges. And the clarification card is the Four of Wands. It's a card about celebration and ceremonies, maybe rites of passage, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, that type of thing. But it's also about a merriment and a joy to commemorate or honor or give thanks to something. And typically it's about some type of accomplishment. And receiving the World card makes you an honorarium automatically. You're ready to go forward in life. And up in your solar plexus for sensing and feeling, you receive the Two of Swords. You're at a completion point, so now it's time to make some decisions. Two to me means decisions, partnership, balance. But the Two of Swords has a little kink to it. It's about a dual nature of conflicting but equal forces. It's a contradictory burden that's causing confusion because you're not sure what to do next. And it turns into a conundrum that transcends into like denial. And you're wondering, well, am I being deceived or am I deceiving myself? And if I don't make a decision, that's a decision in itself. But it's not that dire in this instance because the clarification card is the Three of Cups, another celebration card. But the Three of Cups indicates a celebration with many people. It was a joint accomplishment. A lot of people were on the same page. But there's some storm clouds over the kingdom because in the heart of the matter, you receive the Devil card. And the Two of Swords can indicate some conflicting feelings and even some denial on making decisions. And I think here the Devil card is more about denial. It can be hedonism and some types of addictions. But here it has the feeling that you can get caught in some type of web and tangled up in something, and it's telling you to avoid that, because here the clarification card is the Seven of Cups. The card about decisions. Because there's so many things to choose from. Each cup has a prize or a poison. The Devil card is telling you, yeah, there's some that are quite venomous, and you're going to have to be very careful when you make your future decisions. Now down at the bottom right for the throat, you receive the Emperor. This is a good card to receive. It's authority and sovereignty, and you're running your little microcosm as an empire. You've learned how to control your surroundings and your environment. You've made structure and organization for civility within yourself and your outer surroundings. But there's another kink in the graph here too, because the clarification card is the Page of Swords. This guy is the party crasher, the one you hate to see come through the door, and I have seen him over and over again recently. He's the kind of person that when you see, it's just like, oh no, he's here again. He's really smart and clever and has a lot of things going for him, and he brings a lot of ideas into the party. But he's the kind of person that just is always waiting for you to say something wrong and get some dirt on you. He's a spy master. He wants to make you feel relaxed so you talk about things that you normally wouldn't even say to other people. And then he runs and talks about you behind your back, because he is swords and air and words. And he's very immature, and he doesn't have the emotional control. He's the type of person that just is jaw-dropping things, and people just look at him like, did he really say that? Now up in your third eye for enlightenment and seeing, you see the Queen of Pentacles. This is good. You're having some really mature feelings with the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles there. She's about pragmatism. She's a pragmatist. She's got her feet on the ground and a grip on reality. Sometimes we kind of wander off in our ideas about things. But no, she brings you back down to earth. She wants you to think straight and make good decisions. And the clarification card is the Five of Wands. I think there's been some inner struggles, because right now you're at the point of making some decisions. You have the Two of Swords and the Seven of Cups urging you to make some. And if you don't make a decision, that's a decision too. But then again, there's some outer conflicts going on. Like, if I make this decision, this won't benefit this person. I think you're trying to make the decisions for a win-win situation for everybody, and sometimes one size doesn't fit all. Now up above in the crown for your knowing and understanding, you see the Queen of Cups. I don't know, this is probably the third or fourth time for a Scorpio reading that the Queen of Cups shows up, because she's personifying you. You're in Scorpio land now. All of a sudden you have this man or woman that's either you or in your life that's supporting you. And I mean really supporting you. Somebody's standing behind you, or else now you're standing behind your own beliefs. And you're feeling good about it. You're feeling good about your past with the Nine of Cups and the Six of Cups. You're feeling good about your spiritual self and spiritual person and awareness. Even the Two of Swords has the Three of Cups celebrating, saying, yeah, you can make the right decisions. And on your unconscious side, you have some extremely strong court cards. And the Queen of Cups is about intuition. And using your intuition to manifest more deeper emotions in your life, deeper bonds, more harmonious relationships. And the clarification card is reinforcing this, because you received the Lover's card. You're looking for emotional stability. But you're at the point right now that you could be at a precipice with the devil if you don't make the right choices. Because the Lover's card requires you to make a choice between vice and virtue. And it's up to your free will to make the right decision. Now on the left, for your past, you receive the Knight of Swords. You've made decisions before you know where you're going and having the right information. Or else there was somebody in your life that galloped into it and galloped out of it, and the dust is still settling, and you're going, what happened? There was some type of atmosphere of rash decisions, not well thought through decisions. And I think this whole spread is telling you to make some good decisions now. The clarification card is saying that there's been some consequences, ramifications from the decisions you've made because you received the Nine of Swords. The card is sorrow and anxiety, something that's keeping you up at night and it's bothering you, whatever happened. I don't know if there was some guilt or remorse involved about it, or maybe it was just something that happened that didn't work out right, and you're feeling despondent. But everything looks up in the future, because on the right there you received the Chariot. He's about moving forward. It's about motion. But it's also about duality. And taking control of your life and having self-control over lack of control. Because the Chariot's all about discipline and strength of willpower. The Hanson Roberts cards got it right. They put a yin and yang symbol on the front of his chariot. Because this is about you either being a Dr. Jekyll or a Mr. Hyde. And you're supposed to be the good guy when you're making decisions. And the clarification card is the Sun. It's saying, yeah, a new day is dawning for you. And you receive the World card too. So a new day is dawning. You're popping out of a cycle and you're going into new things. The Sun card is like a purification. All of a sudden there's like a misty fog that's dissipating and you're starting to understand things more. And this is playing off the Chariot card for you to move forward successfully. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.